Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, everyone. So today's reflection is about on setting goals. And really this all began for me because in my whole life I have never once succeeded to finish the Quran back to back during Ramadan. Not a single time. Every year I tried and I was disappointed at the end and I lost motivation. Even for many years I didn't even bother to complete the reading that I began in Ramadan because I was just so sad. And that's a mistake for me, and most of the time I was young, but still. And reflecting on that now, it really makes me question what my priorities were. I realized one of my issues was that I was trying to enjoy the Quran. I was trying to actually understand everything that I was reading, or like make sure I was paying attention, or and it often caused me to reflect and to feel more connected to Allah as a result, and it was nice. But then I just got caught trying to finish it, and it was just painful and just made me not really think about anything, and everyone else seemed to have no trouble. So over time, especially since I was forced to, I had to start lowering my goals and understanding that that was okay. This Ramadan I've chosen to begin my khitmah in Sha'ban. I did that. And now I'm going to try to end in Ramadan. And whether that happens or not remains to be seen. Maybe I'll let you guys know at the end. But I'm sure I'm not the only one in this whole universe that has this issue. And we all have these amazing goals in Ramadan, that when Ramadan comes, we're gonna pray all 5 prayers, and we're gonna play all the sunnah, and we're gonna pray Taraweeh 20 times a day, and we're gonna finish the Quran like 10 times, and that's all amazing and all, and maybe it works for some people. No one can ever say it didn't work. As far as I know, even for Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he set different standards for each Sahaba. I once heard about this, and when it came to, I believe, Abdullah bin Umar bin al-Khattab, because he always tried to do everything and like everything, and Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam told him not to do that, whereas for another person he was like okay with it. So even the Sahaba had different standards, set by Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam himself, and not everybody's like that. So for those of you that can accomplish that, that's amazing. And if you can even accomplish that with feeling present and with like at least a minimal feeling present with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then that's amazing. But if you personally feel that that's not working for you, then it's totally okay to aim for less. If you struggled to pray Taraweeh, maybe try to do it every other day, or set a certain amount of times, like you want to do it 10 times this Ramadan. Or if you are struggling to pray altogether, then try to aim for 5 prayers. If you're struggling to pray 5 prayers in Sunnah, then try to aim for praying 5 prayers in Sunnah. And see, this is connected with, again, with the things, the habits that you can now gain without the shaitan weighing you down. And you can really try to strive for doing a little bit better. And sometimes doing a little bit better is really a lot better. Because, for example, if you're not praying and then you start praying 5 prayers, that's absolutely amazing. You're doing the fard, you're doing what Allah required from you. And I would believe it's enough for being prevented from entering hellfire, and if you're praying 5 prayers and you want to start praying like 12 sunnah, then you are allowing yourself to have a mansion in paradise. And if you're like praying Taraweeh and learning to do Qiyam, well, Qiyam is like the most weighty thing that a person can do, even if you don't do it every day. So really, first of all, it's not really that small. And second of all, you maintaining that, you gaining the habit versus pushing yourself to do absolutely everything, and then just later on, just moving on. That is a huge victory for you if you manage to do that. So I guess it kind of ties in with the shaitan thing about gaining habits. Like, maybe we shouldn't try to aim to do everything this Ramadan, but just to aim to do better and to keep that better. And then, yes, of course, many of us try this, and then Ramadan is over and we finish. And that's why I would recommend setting the goal small. And then, maybe inshallah, you'll manage to do this every day until the next Ramadan. And then at that Ramadan, you can do more, inshallah, if Rabbna allows us to reach it. Or maybe you can gradually do it throughout the year when it's harder to add a little more. But let us really set a standard for ourselves that is good for ourselves, and really, when I say good, I mean balanced between doing more and actually being present and being focused, and if you're not 100%, that's totally fine. Like, if you're like at least a little bit focused and feeling something or another, and you want to do more, okay, maybe like that's fine too. But I think we really all should question what we can do and work accordingly. And I know that I for sure need to do that. I began my khitmah in Sha'ban. I really hope to finish it in Ramadan. If not, then it is what it is. I'm going to be thankful for Allah, inshallah, for allowing me to read whatever I read. And the same goes with all the praying and everything else that I want to do. And yeah, and let's hope that we all do the same. Well, I will pray that we all do the same. And I pray that all of us this Ramadan will come out of something much better on the other side. And yes, I know I made the same dua in the intro, but it's okay because it's a good dua to make. And that whatever we gain in this Ramadan, we can keep with us throughout the year, inshallah, by really sitting there and evaluating and acting accordingly. Or by the blessing of Allah, of course. So those are my thoughts for now, and I will see you guys later, inshallah, and assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.